with that whole CrowdStrike IT glitch, what if it lasted longer, like 3 days, and we didn't have banks, gas stations, grocery stores? Would you be okay for 3 days? You can go hungry in 3 days. Would you be okay for a week? Longer. Just putting this out there. We got to start thinking about this stuff. Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I want to talk to you about the whole CrowdStrike IT glitch that happened that took down the airlines globally, and banks and grocery stores and hospitals, gas stations. It affected so many people. And why I want to talk about this is because of how it ended up affecting us, but also you got to know that that glitch that didn't last a really long time could have been so much worse and could have lasted for a week or 2 weeks. And what would you do? Because I know that we all think we're invincible and nothing like that's going to happen. Things aren't going to go down for a week or two or longer or any of that. Mostly in America, no, that can't happen. Oh, yeah, it can. So again, I just want to talk about preparedness. Now, this is what happened to us is we were on a vacation, family vacation with our kids, and down in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. That was a Friday, July 19th, when that happened, and we were leaving on the Saturday. So that morning, Friday morning, my husband said, I'm going to go ahead out and fill the car up with gas, and that way on Saturday morning, we're just ready to go. So he left. We had not watched the news. So he left, and the rest of us were just getting ready to go to the beach. Well, he came back, and it took him forever. And I was like, where were you all that time? And he's like, I went to 3 gas stations before I could even get gas. That's whenever we had found out that a glitch happened. But he had to go to 3 different gas stations. And I said, oh, what'd you have to do? Did you have to pay with cash? And he said, no, it didn't matter if you had cash or card. The gas pump did not work. And so the 3rd gas station actually did work. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe they weren't on that same IT server as what the CrowdStrike thing was. I don't know, but it did work. But what if? What about the people that were traveling home from vacation? I thought about, what if it was the next day and we were traveling home and we would stop at a gas station and it doesn't work? And you go to the next gas station, it doesn't work, but you got to have gas because you got to get home. How could this affect us? Because it really could. So then I started thinking, so what if this glitch, and I just think that there's more to it than just the server backed up or whatever. I don't even know what they have said that it is. I think there's just more to it than that. And believe me, we don't believe anything that we're hearing anyway from the news because we don't know what's a lie and what's the truth. But are you ready at home if that lasted for a week or 2 weeks and you can't get gas, or you can't go to the bank and get your money because certain banks were affected also? Or what about you can't pay your bills because you were to pay your bills and the glitch happens and then you have late bills, and then you're charged, even more for getting your bills in late. Or hospitals scheduling was messed up. Would they get the meds messed up? This is all computerized now. Airlines was huge. People all over the world was stranded and couldn't leave. And you know what? It didn't just affect like that day, that Friday. People are still, actually, we know some people that were overseas and on a vacation, and they were supposed to leave on Friday, and it's Wednesday now, and they still aren't home. They're trying to get their flight home. So it's affected a lot of people. If you're out in that way, wow, that's a big deal, definitely. Are you out that money also that you've spent on hotel rooms and staying? Because could the airline, I wonder this, could the airlines even cover all those people? So it wasn't those people's fault, it was the airline's fault. But could they cover all the people globally that had to go and get food and hotels and stuff because their flight was canceled? I don't think so. I think it would crush those airlines. But just my thought. I don't know. You'll know more. You can tell me in the comments. But it can affect you in so many ways. You can't go to the grocery store. Remember, we went to the gas station. My husband did, and he couldn't pay cash or credit because it was the actual pump that wasn't working, the computer part of it. They couldn't even take cash because you couldn't get any gas. So this is what I'm saying is, are you prepared at home? Well, I did a video and I just, about something's coming. What? Because right now there could be any scenario, but our ancestors always prepared. Let me talk about a few things that I think we should be doing. And let's act like we're our ancestors and we start just getting some things in our home. On the last video, a few people said, but what do we do about water? Obviously, we have to have water and food, right? Water is essential. Well, for me personally, we have a Berkey, and that's a water filtration system. We've had it for years. I love it. I just ordered it off the website. But a Berkey's not for everyone. I know that. But what kind of water filtration system can you get in your home? Think about what you can afford, the best thing that you can afford to filter out water. I didn't do it for prepping purposes. Back when I bought it years ago, I bought it to get the chlorine and the fluoride and all that stuff that they put in our water system and who knows what else out. I didn't want to drink that. I want to drink pure water. So that's why I did that. But if you know of other water filtration systems that are good, put it in the comments because people read the comments and we learn from that. So another way that you can store water, I had said in that video, go to the camping station or section at your Walmart, your Target, whatever, go to the camping section and see what they have. Because that is for people who are camping out somewhere and doesn't have just your, basic things. So you bring it in with you. These I really like. I have quite several of these anyway, and you just fill them up with water. So they're portable. You can take them in and out of your camping, site things, but also it's a great way to store water at your house. That's really thick plastic right here. Now, I don't just put the water in and then leave it for 6 months or a year. I actually use it. So I'll put the water in and I will use it to water my flowers or my garden if it's just been a little while that it's sitting there, and then I fill it back up with fresh water so that I know that at least decently fresh water is in here. This I'm not going to use for drinking. If we would need to, I'd use it to wash the dishes and wash your body and those kind of things that you need. So I'll see on Amazon if they have anything like that and put a link, but go to your camping section. And if you're wondering what can I do about water, these are great. They're not real expensive either. I think they're under 20 bucks. And so get you some of these and then you know that you have at least 6 gallons of water. And I'm picking this up right now because it's probably like to here. I'll finish watering and fill it back up. But when you get those 6 gallons in there, it's heavy, but it's still portable. You can move it around. It works just fine. Now, as far as other things that I really think that you need to think about, that maybe we don't all the time, we think about food, right? We know that rice and beans and canned meat and canned fruits and vegetables, they store for a long time. Pasta stores for a long time if it's store-bought. If you're making it at home and then you're trying to store it, you have to put in the freezer and stuff because of the fresh ingredients. But pasta stores for a really long time and gives that food with energy. But other things that you need are stuff like medicine and vitamins. And let me just go over a few of these things. This is the big one that I bought at Sam's Club, of vitamin C. This is actually my favorite company by far. I buy them on Amazon because I do live in America and Europe has much better standards and they don't allow all the junk in their stuff that our FDA does allow. So these I know are more pure vitamins. They're not expensive either. That's the thing. They're cheaper than a lot of American vitamins. But I make sure that I have plenty of multivitamins on hand, plenty of vitamin D, because vitamin D is essential for your body, absolutely essential. Get out in the sun and get some, but if you can't always, get some vitamin D also, very essential. And then vitamin C. Now this I just bought at Sam's Club in the great big thing. And, if you feel a cold coming on, get a bunch of vitamin C and start taking it. These are 1,000 milligrams each. Now listen, I am not a doctor. You take this with a grain of salt and do what you want. But I have read quite a few studies about vitamin C and that you can actually take 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C in a day. And it just gives you like a bolus of that vitamin C that you need to help ward off whatever cold or you have coming on. Then you can just take the regular amount daily. But these are 1,000 milligrams, so you can take up to 10 of these in a day. Spread them out so that actually, not one big dose. But just saying that if you need to, you can take a large amount of vitamin C just to really give your body a boost whenever you are feeling some kind of sickness come on. When I talk about sickness, Then I also want to talk about medicine. It's time to get some medicine. So again, all I did was go to Sam's Club, and it's where I buy it anyway, is the large things of ibuprofen. If you were just at Walmart or Target or Meijer, then you can buy it wherever you are. But I wanted, this has 600 tablets in it. It's going to last a long time, but let me tell you, if you are sick, you want some kind of comfort medicine. You will need it to help you feel better. It's better to go ahead and get the medicine and just put it away, put it in there, your pantry or your medicine cabinet, and you've got medicine for a while. If I was just the only person, I couldn't go through this fast enough, but I'm not the only person in our house. So get yourself some kind of medicines. Cough drops for me are a big deal because if I have a cold or bronchitis or something, I just need that dry cough to be helped take care of. And cough drops are a big deal for me. They help me sleep at night. I can just put them between my cheek and my teeth and let that, while I'm sleeping, and just let that kind of drain down, without choking myself. Keep it there in the side of my mouth and just let that drain down. It helps me sleep during the day if I'm doing stuff and I've got a cough. The cough drops help. But I like to buy the bigger things of them, and I put them in the freezer because you know how hard candy can get tacky and like sticky. Same thing with cough drops, but if you put the hard candy or you put these cough drops in the freezer and then just take them out, then they're not going to get sticky. So you can buy them and have them for a while that way. Okay, along with food, you got to have taste. Have to have taste of food or you're going to hate the food. So I already said canned meat, canned vegetables, canned fruits, pasta, rice, beans. They last on your pantry shelf for a really long time. Got to have flavor. Sugar is something good. You can put a pack in your freezer and it'll last for a really long time. Salt is essential though. Get salt in your house. Salt can do so much. So salt obviously flavors food. Salt is a natural electrolyte for your body. I made a video on how to make Soleil water, which is just salt water, and how it's a natural electrolyte to your body. You can brush your teeth with salt. You can use it to clean, like if you added it to baking soda and you needed a good scrub. Salt is an essential thing that you need for your body. As long as it's good salt, don't buy that white iodized table salt. That will do nothing. It is stripped of all the good minerals and bleached out, and then they add iodine back in, and that's it. So you need good salt that will give you all the minerals your body needs and the nutrients your body needs. Along with salt, though, for flavor is you got to have some kind of oil or a fat. And coconut oil is a go-to for me as far as in a pantry because it's stable. Pantry's stable. Now listen, as far as cooking, I use extra virgin olive oil all the time. I love it. It's so good for you and it tastes good. So if I'm cooking, I use it. If I'm finishing a salad or vegetables or meat, I just, put it over top of it. Love olive oil, but these are more shelf stable. So get yourself some coconut oil. It's solid, but it'll turn liquid whenever it gets warm. Lasts for a really long time on your shelf, and it has way more uses than just cooking. Again, it's great for teeth. It's great for skin. Ghee, it's another one. Now, you can go with something like lard. I think lard has to be in the refrigerator. I might be wrong on that, though. But anyway, lard, you could get that. I don't really have access to that, but ghee. I can do ghee. It's a clarified butter, but it's shelf stable. So it'll be on the shelf for a long time because you've got to have flavor in your food and you need some good healthy fat in your food too. If I'm missing things, these are thanks to you guys, like the vitamins, making sure you have plenty of vitamins and water, how you could store water or use water filters. Like these are things that you guys have brought up to me or others have commented, and they just help get those gears going. Like, what can I do? Because I am telling you that one of those IT glitches could happen anytime. We will not be warned, and then we don't have banks, grocery stores, gas stations, whatever, for however long. This was short-lived. What if it's longer? Are you okay for 3 days of having no access to any of those? You can go hungry in 3 days. Are you okay for a week or 2 weeks? Because, we think, oh, that can't happen. Well, yeah, it can. Anything could happen. All right, you guys, it was on my mind. I wanted to share what happened to us personally and share whatever in the comments. Give your advice. You guys are smart. You've got good advice, and it really helps everyone. All right, you guys, that's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.